Welcome, and welcome to the show. I am your host, Joey Wobbs. That is Mr. Link. This is episode 15 of Wabbslink, and I'm happy to be back. Happy that we had the holidays of Christmas and New Year's, and so I'm just happy to be back on a normal schedule. Work seems to be work getting back to normal for me. After the rough month of work that I've had. But Chelsea's also kind of stuttering at the end of the month. So it looks like they definitely could use the rest. This two games a week situation isn't suited for us right now with outside of it being, conference league teams that we're playing against. And it's very clear that this team's not ready for 2 games a week. Just getting into Chelsea a little bit too soon. But Link, how are you doing today, man?
Like you said, man, happy to be here. My routine, still getting into it, but right back into the mix with work. So just happy to talk to my boy, man. This is one of the highlights of the week. Glad we didn't cancel it for the week. I know we pushed it back. So ready to talk footy. I mean, it's easy to talk football when you're top of the table, but
Yeah,
regardless.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get to Chelsea. You battered a couple teams, and you've been saying that battering has been coming. You've been calling it,
Mhm.
been calling it for a couple weeks. It's kind of scary. I just have to say this. It's kind of scary what two Americans can fucking predict on a podcast every week. Just saying, from across the pond, we sit here. Happy New Year's, Billy. And
Big up.
after across the pond, we sit here and we talk about things with our squad, about our squad and the problems that we have and what we see from our squad and all that. And it's crazy that we see this shit and then it happens. Literally, it fucking
Crazy.
happens.
Crazy. It's like we
But
watched the game.
if you guys have been watching this channel since I started this channel. I started this channel back in the transfer window of last year because I had a theory on a striker that we were going to get. That theory nearly came into fruition at the end of the transfer window. Okay? It nearly did. Let's just be real. We nearly had Victor Osimhen at the end of the window. Now now these are the games that I'm showing that we are witnessing. That's 3 games in a row now. Is why I asked for this fucking striker. Is why I am sitting here saying you don't even need to get this guy. Get me a guy who can win the ball in the air. We sat here crossing the ball with Christopher and Cuckoo. We nearly scored on a back post cross if Felix doesn't stray off sides. And if we do score that goal against Ipswich, it's probably a different game.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But we didn't. We didn't take advantage of any of the opportunities. We had plenty of them too. It wasn't even like we didn't create anything. We just couldn't capitalize. And this fan base likes to scapegoat players. It's a very big thing. I mean, it's maybe just every fan base, really. Maybe it's not just. I wouldn't like to just say it's just our fan base. Every fan base likes to scapegoat players, and Christopher and Cuckoo is the scapegoat of this fan base right now. It is what it is. It's sad because he's one of my favorite players in world football. And I still won't. Won't run away from that. He's still one of my favorite players in world football. But for his sake, he needs to go. Just for his sake, for him to be able to play consistent football on a weekly league basis, it's for his sake he needs to go. Stylistically, it just doesn't fit, and obviously he rates Felix more than he rates Nkuku in the 10. It's just what it is, and that's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to sit here and say It's a damn shame. But watch this guy go to wherever he goes, and he'll score 20 goals wherever he goes. Here he's already on 10 for us. Even though it's conference league, he's going to score goals wherever he plays. So good for him if he goes. The Fulham game. Well, let's just say the last 3 games. Okay, the last 3 games,
1 point and
in
9.
my opinion, have been on the manager. Okay, all three results have been on the manager. The Everton game, the subs came on way too late. The Fulham game, the subs come on late. We get punished at the end by guess who? The subs. The Ipswich game, we have 3 right backs on the bench, and you play Disasi at right back. Guess who gives the goal away for the second goal? Disasi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really like opposed to Tosin, but he just needs to be a backup, and that's what he is technically. He is a backup because Fofana's injured. I'm not opposed to Badiashile. He looks like he's starting to get his footing in this system. A little bit more than, but Disasi, man, like I don't like doing this with defenders because I did this with Rudiger a while back. And I don't like to say that he's going to be a Rudiger because he does not have the traits to be like Rudiger. Okay, like he just doesn't. He's not quick enough to be anything like Rudiger. He's like he can't defend wide areas as well as him. Like it's just. But Rudiger had Bozo gene early in his career at Chelsea, and like I hate doing this with defenders. Like I've been so wrong on defenders so many times. Like I'm just gonna be straight up and honest with you. Like I've seen defenders who I think that are absolutely awful, and somehow, some way, a coach gets them to play well.
Like who?
I think Calvin Bassey is a terrible defender. Marco Silva is getting him to play well.
I'll say
That's
Bassey.
wrong about these. That's one center back specifically too, bro. That's one position or a location. I get it wrong. I get it wrong when it comes to center backs. I personally get it wrong. But I just don't see this guy being a good center back in a team that plays progressive football. If you put Disasi in a team that played more counter-attacking football, may like little bit deeper box, mid-block type situation where he's defending his box and as a center back, I think he's a good defender. But if you're telling me Disasi has to make decisions on the ball on a consistent basis, please stop doing this for us. Please. Like, please move on.
And
also, like, there is no solution to this until they sell him. So, like, it's time.
Yeah, was it year 3?
Move on. He does not fit. Move on. Okay, it's that simple. All right, I really don't want to sit here. Move on. He does not fit. Move on. Okay, it's that simple to me. Okay, to me, you could move on and not buy anybody else. Okay,
who fill the spot? Who are your 4 center backs if Disasi leaves? Oh, never mind. You don't have to say it. I hear it. I see it. Fofana,
the reason why he's
Colwell.
even here is for injury cover at this current moment because of Reece James and Wesley Fofana. Only reason why he's here.
That's fair.
It's the only reason. This is literally the only reason.
Where does Achimpong play?
Right back.
Okay. Yeah. See that. There's no need.
So what am I saying? You could sell him and not buy anyone,
Hmm.
but he does not fit. So move him on. I it's really that simple to me. And like we're at a point now where we just have to start being minuscule and taking the pieces that don't fit and move them on. It's that simple. Like we this entire time we don't have a cent. We don't have a, and I really like Wes, but we don't have a two.
You don't have a bona fide center back pairing. I know.
Yeah, we just don't have a two. So like move on from one of them. The Saucy seems like the clear and obvious one. And start looking for somebody else. Shit, it don't look like just test the market for some of these young guys. Like there's mad young guys out there that you could go and get. Like, and I get people's like, oh, you should get someone with experience. There's nobody. We're not buying nobody with experience. Come on.
Mm-mm.
Just like
You're,
get with the
yeah.
program. Just get with the program. Stop asking for something that's not going to happen. Get with the program.
Yeah,
That's
you're
just
not
what it
buying
is.
someone that only has 3 years left in their prime.
But this is like exactly like there's no and the other side of it is that the whole idea for this team is for it to you buy a core for it to grow together. That's the whole idea of it. That's the entire idea of Chelsea Football Club right now. You've bought in a core of players that you think are going to be able to grow together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we didn't expect anything but top 4 this year. That's where we're in. Like we said this entire time, that's where we're in. I would have liked us to fight for the title, but Liverpool is playing really extremely well right now. And we are a young team. Like I've said, the youngest team in the Premier League. Still, people don't recognize that.
What's your average age?
23.
You know what Liverpool's is?
28, 30.
Yeah. It's 27 and a half.
Yeah. But your team that's core has grown together.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's all we're asking for now is for this core to grow together. But like there's this concept like and there's it's not a conception, it's the truth. Chelsea fans overall are impatient. They see a little success and they want it to be.
Oh, you're back.
We're back. Back to what, by the way? I'm just asking. Back to what? Because when's the last time we won a league? It was Antonio Conte, correct?
Yeah.
So back to what? That was a decade ago. This Clear Lake's only owned this for 3 years. What was Roman doing the 7 years before that?
Couple champs in there?
Nah,
there's 2 champs in those 7 years, isn't there?
Nah. We were never in a title race, not once.
No, Champions League.
No, we got 1 champs. There's that Conte was before that. We were the first champs, and we had our first champs, and then we had the Jose Mourinho era come back after Di Matteo, and then that whole reign, and then Conte. Sorry, Conte.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
remember Avram Grant? Oh, legend.
All right.
But hey man, I got do we need to talk about your midfield? Because there's 2 players. There's 3 players actually. I worry about your midfield. The only person I don't have a question about is Caicedo right now.
I don't think there's anything to be worried about with the midfield. I just think they're young players that are not fit enough to be playing 2 times a week. Like,
Fair enough.
I mean, there's no rotation right now with our midfield. Between the last 3 games, there was 0 rotation.
Yeah. Do you see a scenario where Palmer and Fernandez can't have coinciding like runs of form through like decent chunks of the season moving forward, to where one's
Wait,
performing
can
or
you
the
ask
other
that
is?
question again?
Do you think that there is a possibility that Palmer and Enzo can't both perform at a high level for a consistent number of games at the same time?
I don't think that that's the case. My thing with it is the channels that he's playing him in is the most annoying part. He's playing him in the opposite channels that they've been successful in.
Who?
Enzo's
Palmer?
been more successful on the left channel than that, and Palmer's been more successful on the right channel. But he's played him and he's been playing them in the opposite channels in the last 3 games. Okay. So it's like I don't. Every game they've been successful, it's been switched.
Yeah.
Enzo's been on the side that Sancho's on, and Palmer's on the side that normally it's Madueke, and Palmer and Madueke's chemistry is the reason why it works so well, because they have a chemistry of understanding. Palmer will overlap him, and Madueke has the freedom to go back inside.
Yes, but what if Maresca, and I don't know if this is a detriment or a benefit, but what if Maresca has decided that he wants to try and maximize the partnership between Sancho and Palmer, and so he moved Palmer closer to Sancho?
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense because, well, I guess the reason why it's happening specifically is the fullback that's being inverted into the midfield forces, because when you invert Cucurella and he comes inside to pick up the ball or outside, there has to be cover into that space for Levi Colwell, because Levi Colwell's on that side. Okay. But, right, if Badiashiel's available, and this is where the key thing is, when Badiashiel's available, he's the left-sided center back, and then you don't need the same type of cover. He doesn't play him with the same type of cover, at least. Maybe you do, but you just the idea is Levi plays in the middle, and then you have your right back. And technically, Levi plays the right-sided center back, but he ends up in the middle.
Yeah, everyone slides.
So, like, it's a issue. It's an issue of just some injuries right now. KDH they need to move KDH and bring one of Andre Santos or Leslie back.
Left-footed Harry Winks, bro. He's a joke. It's not even his fault. I shouldn't call him a joke, but left-footed Harry Winks.
I bet you if I mean, he's gonna go back to Leicester. We're gonna loan him back to Leicester. And then once Leicester goes down, they'll probably sell him back to Leicester for half of what we bought him for. Like, it's a joke. That deal was a fucking joke, and I never understood it. It was like, I get the reasoning is like getting somebody that the manager knows, but we never needed that position.
Yeah, never.
We just didn't need that position. Like, and you loaned out 2 guys who both could play that position, especially Leslie, who, like, I think Leslie right now, like, and I still think right now Leslie could potentially be coming back to us, but I just think that Leslie fits the mold of a midfielder in this league. I think Andre Santos is the better midfielder, but Leslie right now fits the mold of what it looks like to be able to play in this league as a physical.
He's got the physical, yeah.
And I think Leslie in a team that's I think when Leslie's around better players, he performs to a better level. Like he needs the players around him's technical floor to be as high as his is. Otherwise, he doesn't look like he kind of looks like a fish out of water in that midfield sometimes. When I watch him for Southampton, he'll pick up the ball, turn, pass it to someone who's less technical than him, and then they have to run up the pitch with the ball.
Yeah.
When it's like, if I'm that and if I'm him, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just take it myself. That's what I would do if I was him. Like, but it is what it is with this. Like I think Lavia's back in training, if I'm not mistaken.
Wrap him in bubble wrap, bro.
Yeah, I know, man. I think Lavia's back in training, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I saw a picture today that he was back in training, but
that's concerning. How is he going to develop if he's always injured,
bro? Bro, your guess is as good as mine. I know how concerned I am about it, but I know also that I have a kid who could be as good as him in Strasbourg right now. So as like concerned as I am at this current moment, I know I'm not to the level of I'm not to the level of concern that other people would be with this situation.
That's why I was so pissed with Chelsea when they bought Lavia after they got Caicedo, because you didn't need Lavia. Like, you didn't. And it worked out for us because
as much as we didn't need Lavia, like we would have still gotten a player of that mold regardless. Like it would have been another player. It wouldn't have just been Caicedo. Because let me tell you, when that Caicedo transfer window not last summer, but 2 summers ago, the beginning of that summer, the reports were we wanted Ugarte and Caicedo. That was the reports. We wanted both of them.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So it was never going to just be Caicedo. It was going to be Caicedo and
a defensive mid, a 6.
A 6.
Yeah.
But now we have to play him in the 6. Like, as a 6 by himself. The pivot of Caicedo Enzo isn't as good as the pivot of Caicedo Lavia, regardless of whatever anybody tells me.
Not even close.
The box of Caicedo Enzo Palmer Lavia is our best option that we could do. Like if it was up to me and like Reece James is not available, which is just like I assume Reece James is not available. Let's just make the assumption he's just not available, even though he was on the bench this weekend. Let's just make the assumption he's not available. I would rather have Caicedo being the inverted fullback.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I was going to ask you next what lineup has that, but I guess, yeah, because I was thinking you put Cole
like Caicedo inverted fullback, like what we played against Villa is how I would play the big games and majority of the games. But they got to figure out, like, to be honest, they got to get Liam Delap out of their head. Okay? Like, to me, like, if we're going to sit around and wait for Liam Delap, we're just going to be disappointed. Like, we should be going and getting somebody this window. Not fucking in the summer, this window. Okay? And, like, I'm just going to do the entire Chelsea bit, and you can talk about, like, we should be doing this window. Like we have to go get a striker. I'm not fussed about the keeper. I'm not even fussed about the defense. You need to go get a striker that's different to Nico. Nico is too streaky of a player for you to consistently rely on him. And this is what we doing again. We putting too much pressure on a kid who's only had a year at the striker position. He's our only real striker. And you were about to go get Victor Osimhen before the window. Now you're not going to get a striker at all? It makes no sense to me. If they don't get a striker in January, bro, even if it's fucking Evan Ferguson on loan, get me a fucking striker in January. I need another striker. Don't recall Broya. Get me a fucking striker.
I get that, but like, if we're playing devil's advocate, there was all this hoopla in the summer, and Jackson was very vocal about the fact that he said, "Yo, John Obi Mikel, you can eat one. I'm the striker, and I want that pressure." So up until this recent run,
I don't give a fuck what he says. He's not ready. We've been saying this shit. How ready he's been from when? When can he say he's ready? Just because he says he's ready?
No, but I get you. But up until this recent run of form,
bro, who gives a fuck what he says? You got 9 motherfuckers who could play striker. I got one.
That's not. Let me finish. Let me finish. All I'm saying is that up until this point, what he said held true. So all I'm saying is that yes, now you can go buy one, but up until December, he had backed up his talk, and so Chelsea could have felt like, okay, well, because we have Nkunku still, we can wait to figure out the striker situation because like Slot, Maresca wanted to figure out what he had to work with. So like you're right, but you had to be proven right through these performances in my eyes in this scenario. You had to be proven right through these last 3 games before you could go out.
And I love Nico Jackson, bro. I love Nico Jackson. If Nico Jackson could use his 6'2" frame like a normal 6'2" fucking footballer, we wouldn't be in this fucking situation.
I feel you,
but he doesn't. He doesn't. He can't get the ball in the back of the net with his head. It's plain and simple. It's that simple, bro.
It's fucking, I'm not even talking about.
I would, bro. That ass. I hated on Samuel Meridian. We should have got Samuel Meridian instead of Felix. We would not be in this position if we had got Samuel Meridian.
And that's kind of my
none of this would have happened. Exactly. Not even Nkunku would have happened. Not even this whole Nkunku problem. If you got Samuel Meridian instead of Felix, not even the Nkunku problem that we have right now would be a problem because you can play him at the 10.
Yeah, and this is my thing where it's like you got Felix and Nkunku's been there, and Nkunku's finally been relatively healthy. So it's like if you looked at your squad going into the season, anyone can make the argument that either Nkunku or Felix was the backup striker to kind of carry that goal load if Jackson couldn't. But like I said, the course of the season to show it's not enough.
Even last year, right? Last year, it wasn't. We wanted Nkunku to come in and play striker for us.
You just wanted to help you to play.
We needed somebody else to play and score goals from that 10 position, so Palmer could play right wing sometimes. It's like to me, it's like not even. It's so easy to think about. Like last year, bro, we had Nani as our right wing option. That's it.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Nani and Sterling.
Hey, Sterling's a Premier League legend.
Like, to me, it's just go get me a fucking striker, bro. If you could find a striker. But, bro, these are the 2 things that I've been saying since last summer. We needed a striker and we needed a center back. What did we do? We went and got fucking KDH. We went and got fucking Felix. I was happy with Pedro Neto. That was a brilliant signing. I'm still happy with Pedro Neto.
Did you get Neto before Felix?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes Felix pointless.
Because that whole Felix thing was connected to Conor Gallagher, remember?
Yeah, that's right. So they had to. They had to do that. Yeah.
But if we got Samuel Meridian, right, Felix wouldn't have this problem. And it's not. Here's my thing. I don't dislike Felix.
I hear it.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that I dislike Felix. He's just not a striker, bro.
Yeah.
It's that simple. We have 3 shadow strikers. 3.
Yeah. 3, literally.
We have 3 shadow strikers.
No,
And now
100%
everybody has realized we have to play a low block against them and we have to counter. But I was telling people that last year, all year. Once people start realizing and start respecting us and respecting our football, they're going to start playing fucking haram football against us and winning. Because we don't have a striker we could cross the ball to.
Yeah, no, I hear it. You're right. You're 100%
And
right.
I've been saying it for a year, bro. This is why there's more to this Victor Osimhen thing than meets the eye, okay? When I say why I want Victor Osimhen, it's not, I always say this, it's not necessarily Victor Osimhen. He is the best of that profile in the world. The best of that profile in the world. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There isn't another striker in the world that's better aerially. Not one. The other one, Samuel Meridian. What a fucking surprise that we went for him. What a surprise that we went for John Duran. You see him in the box?
Yeah. No, I hear it.
What a surprise. It's not like I'm the only one that sees it. They see it too. These fools, you know who I'm talking about, you dumbasses, when Stanley and Stewart, you. But that's that if they don't fix the piece in the profile that they're missing, we're gonna see the same problems all year. And that's plain and simple. It's that easy. We will see these problems the rest of the year. And by the way, Kolomwani, not the profile.
No. Kolomwani is.
By the way,
French,
if you guys needed to know, he's not the fucking profile.
He's a poor man joker he's a runner.
Yeah, don't get me
with
fucking
a half decent left foot. Benjamin Sesko.
Yo, if they went and got me Benjamin Sesko at this point, I'm not gonna even be mad. I'm not, bro. I'm not, because he fits the profile, at least. I don't like Benjamin Sesko as a football player.
I rate Sesko.
I know some people do. I don't. But if we got him, I won't even be mad because he fits the profile of a player that I'm looking for.
That's my Leipzig project.
So
yeah, I hear it.
Get the profile. If you got to sell Nkuku to do it. It's that simple. Sell Nkuku, sell Disasi, get 2 new players, a center back and a striker. I don't care what it takes. What are we doing here? We're gonna sell fucking Carney Chukwuemeka. We're gonna sell fucking Cassidy to someone in Italy for fucking 25-30 million. Like, what are we doing here? You're gonna sell RV Vale to somebody. You're gonna sell fucking like some for 8 million, 5 million, another piece of 5 million to somebody. Get rid of these guys and get me a striker and get me a center back. There's 6 guys you have to still get rid of. 6 guys. Get rid of those 6 guys. Figure a way to get those 6 guys out and get me a striker at minimum. At minimum. That's why if you don't get me the center back, I'm totally fine. But if you don't get me a center back, I'm okay with it. But if you do not get me a striker, we will be fucked for the rest of the year. Unless you're going to plan on giving you starts. But I don't see that happening in the Premier League. So get me a fucking striker.
I hear it.
Link, we'll move on to Liverpool.
Liverpool?
Liverpool? Yeah, Liverpool for the first game. Who do you guys have midweek?
Leicester,
Okay, yeah. So
3-1.
Leicester, that was like a no-brain win, and then you had West Ham, and you guys have been just battering teams, man. I mean, you called this weeks ago that you felt these batterings were coming. So talk to me. What you
Uh,
thinking? What you thinking about what's going on right now?
we
Do you think
hear.
it's a product of your competition as well? Like I do want to ask you, um, it feels like you guys aren't even playing that well when I watch you, and it just the outcome is you're better than them.
That's
Like,
so. Yeah. So
it
you
doesn't
said it
like
well.
and that's just from my outside. I get bored watching y'all because it feels like, bro, I swear to God, if someone keeps on telling me Salah can dribble, bro, I watch this dude bounce the ball off of
Oh, see
10
why?
different guys in this game, bro.
What?
And he scores. And bro,
This is.
hey,
But this is.
bro, as an Arab man, I want that man to continue to succeed. Keep
But
doing you,
this
Mo
is.
Salah.
But
But
this is my
to tell
thing.
me he could dribble,
But
I was
because
like,
he can dribble. Just because it's not the what dribbling you like does not mean he can't do it. This is my before you start. Before you start. Before no
dribbling
no
means
I'm
you
not having
control
it.
the ball.
No no no
Bro,
no
dribbling
no
means you
no
control the
no.
ball. How
You
you dribble and have the most
no
loose touches in
no
the league?
no dribbling is different from controlling the ball, and you know this. Do not do that. You can have a great touch and not be able to dribble the ball. Those two things are not coinciding like that. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Okay. So yes, does Salah take some bad touches? Yes. Does Salah lose the ball a lot? Sure. Yes. But Salah is also being given the ball in high pressure scenarios all the time because the team trusts his touch. And he also loses the ball because he has confidence to beat his man dribbling. I will tell you this: this is Salah's best take on rate in like
I
three
think his
years.
touch is better than his dribbling, though.
No, but his touch is great, but that's fine. I don't want to argue about that. But the point is, he can dribble. Is it the dribbling of Aaron Robin or Eden Hazard or Frank Ribery or Mahrez? No, but he can dribble, or he wouldn't create the chances he does. Like to say he can't dribble is just incorrect. It's
Bro,
not the dribbling
I'm
you
not
like.
saying he can't dribble, bro.
He's
You
a
see
good
where I
dribbler.
goes?
He's not. No, he's a good dribbler. He's not a great dribbler. He's a good dribbler.
That's where you lose me. That's where you lose me. Bro, good, bro. I
What?
don't know how long you've been watching football because you know how long it's been. That is not good dribbling.
How?
I've been watching football for a very long time.
So
You can't
so
you can't dribble past people and lose the ball over and over and over again. But his tenacity, his ferociousness to win the ball back in those in those small spaces is where he gets where he's unbelievable.
you can't say that. That's every single time he gets the ball.
Bro, see,
You can't say that's
why are you taking what I say as a generalization? When I watch him play, bro, okay? When I watch him play, I don't take him as a dribbler. Okay? He can get past his man, but it's not dribbling him getting past his man. It's
how is it?
bro, when I'm saying when I what there's when I say he's not dribbling past his man, it's not like he's dribbling past three different guys to get to his goal. It's a lot of the times he's running into spaces, and he's so smart, bro. And see,
But
I feel like when I talk about this, people, especially Liverpool fans, they get so butthurt about it all the time. You
no, but why?
take it to this. No, wait a second. You guys take this to this extreme, right? Where I'm trying to diss Salah to this maximum level. But when I watch him, bro, when you watch him, it is when I say look, his touch to receive the ball is better than his dribbling, like his actual dribbling technique. It's not even close. His actual touch to receive the ball is always better than his actual dribbling technique. We're not even talking about the same things a lot of the times when we're talking about this. This is not even like Like, I'm not even trying to diss Salah. Like, it's not that he's
I'm not saying you're trying to.
I'm not even putting him in that category.
No, it's just why make the discrepancy
of the elite dribbling, bro.
No,
This is you
okay.
cannot lose the ball as much as he does on
Who
the
says
dribble
he's an elite
and tell
dribbler?
me he's a
Who
good
says
dribbler.
he's who's no? Okay, you just said elite, and then you switch back to good. He is a good dribbler. He is not an elite dribbler. There's a difference. You can make the discrepancy there, but you can't make the discrepancy in the quality that you want to label it as. Elite is different from good. He is a good dribbler. Is he elite? No. Is he the top 25 dribblers you've ever seen? Absolutely not. But he is a good dribbler. Because dribbling, in its essence, is being able to beat your man on the ball, whether it looks pretty or not.
I'd like to see the percentage, the take on percentage. I'd really actually.
It's improved. This is his best take on percentage in the last 3 years, which may not be saying much, but my point is,
I'd actually really like to see what the numbers are in take on percentage overall. Because that number, I bet you would tell you exactly what I'm talking about.
No,
because
it's
there's
the same thing
be,
in baseball.
Say again?
It's the same thing like is in baseball, where you're not going to see a high success rate, like a high percentage success rate, if you're constantly doing it. Salah is the main person on our team to take on people other than Luis Diaz. Is he not?
Bro, I'm not about to have this. There's only one thing I'm about to talk about when it comes to this, and I'm not about to have this debate because, like, I just
there's a difference between elite and good. There's a difference.
And that's fine. I'll leave him at good, bro, and that's fine. I don't have no problem saying he's good. That's fine. I can leave him.
Salah is not an elite dribbler because yes, there are many. You can name a plethora of wingers that have looked better dribbling on the ball than him and had an ability to beat their man. I understand that.
This is just the most effective he's ever been, so I don't want to hate on him. Like, there's nothing more than me as an Arab man hating on another Arab man. There's not that's just wrong.
And that's like people can't get over that. Like it's his effectiveness, regardless of how like what he's a package to where he can get off output at any.
To be honest, bro, it's a credit to your fucking manager is why he's so effective. But just put it.
Yo, great transition.
100% credit.
My nigga slides, bro.
He created the system based off of Mo Salah's intuition of being able to get behind. He literally that's and people are so ignorant to the entire thing, but the entire system, if you like, the entire system is for people to be able to the space the inside 10 spaces is the way I like to call it, inside the hole and inside 10 spaces. These inside 10 spaces is where he is trying to pull players inside, and the whole entire idea of the whole entire system is to pull players from these inside 10 players inside. So leaves narrows the defense like this, and then as soon as he sees the opportunity of that, it's Mo's. The ball is getting to either Trent or it's getting to Van Dijk at those moments, and they're getting swung up. They're getting swung up into that corner, and it pretty much progresses your entire team 60 to 80% of the time in some games. Like Andy, it's like, oh, we just watched you guys cut through the team, but the whole idea of this whole thing was to get the ball to Salah running down that wing.
Yeah, bro. And it's not. You're right in what you said, but it's not even just Salah. It's our wingers. Like Slot literally, luck. He said, no, it's not. No, it's not luck. But like, it's literally our wingers where it's like Slot's like, can your wing backs guard our wingers for 90 minutes? And the answer's been no for every game except for Force.
Well,
that's really it comes down to. And our midfield, like you said,
it's not even just that, because Szoboszlai's activity around the top of that's why he played Szoboszlai at striker in that one game, because the activity of Szoboszlai and what he wants that players in those areas, and that's why he
draw
plays
out a center back.
9. That's why he could play a false 9, is because the idea is I want you to get into the area where this man is going to guard you. Most of the time, it's the right-sided center back from your side of the pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, I want you to be able to get this man to guard you, make a run in behind him, and then come back inside. And I want you to come back and drop deep. As soon as you're coming back deep from that run inside, we're gonna get you the ball. Have that man pull in. As soon as you pull in, that run from inside out is there. It's either, and what will happen is especially, it was the stupidest thing I ever saw with the Spurs. The Spurs game was so dumb. I can't believe fucking Ange Postecoglou. I couldn't believe it. He's just like, it's like I'm sitting here explaining this to you. How do you not know what they want? He pulls Jed Spence into fucking Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's exactly what they want. That's exactly what Liverpool wants. It's exactly what he wants. That's exactly it's exactly what they want.
Oh, your left back is in our
house. I've never seen something so dumb in my life. I'm sitting here tactically watching this game. I'm like, I gotta turn this fucking shit off, bro.
Dude, this Bosalai's goal off. The Bosalai's goal was just like, yo, what are you doing tactically? That was so easy. A knockdown and a 1-2.
Bro, it's Enzo did a good job figuring it out, but we didn't have the players athletically to keep up with him. And even that's the second part of it, right? There's even if you are tactically astute enough to be able to defend it, you have to have the players athletically to be able to keep up with them.
Yeah,
and that's why Maria worked so well. You see, do you understand? Because Murillo. Murillo for Forest.
Yeah.
Because he's an athletic monster. He's literally a monster. Athletic monster.
No, that dude is a specimen.
Yeah, he's a monster, bro. And like, he's just, but it gave solid problems. It gave solid problems.
It gave solid problems.
Game, he had his chances.
And so that kind of takes me to, I don't want to go there.
Because there's two phases to defending them. There's the build-up phase, right? Are you going to stop them from building up, right? Are you going to allow them to just walk up the pitch, or are you going to stop them from building up? Okay, that's the first phase of defending them. The second phase of defending them is when you're in your own box, okay? Do you have enough men in the midfield to be able to cover all the spaces? Because it feels more city-like with the way that you build, that you congest the midfield to give the space to the wingers. I haven't watched the.
He's a Barcelona disciple. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a Dutch style football. It's very Dutch in the way that he builds up, but with the box in the midfield, the box in the attack, the triangle on the wing, the triangle on the wing, the two triangles on the wings, the triangle in the midfield, and the triangle between the midfield and the DM. It's very Dutch. It's like it's like if it's not geometric in Dutch, you're fucking doing it wrong. Like
exactly. He wants angles. But
so like the difference between like what he does and like a Spanish style is a Spanish style allows it more positionless types of players to be able to be involved as long as they're technically gifted enough to be able to do the role that needs to be done. And that's kind of the difference between the two, where there's still specialists that are needed within the Dutch style of play, and mostly in center back, like this. Like
the center backs.
Center back, like they all have to be ball playing center backs. If you can't not be a ball playing center back. Fleet of foot most of the time, but you have to be a ball playing center back.
And you have to You have to be
Dude.
aerial dominant. That's like another thing we like. It goes under the
Well,
radar.
it's
You have to like
that's
that's
kind
why
of
Kwanzaa does
something
it well.
that they've always been a very tall team.
Yeah, we've had
It's
decent
not
defense,
even like that's like a
but that's because we used to be good at
beyond
set pieces.
Bowman, bro. Like they've not really had a series of defenders that
Who's the
were
Dutch?
under 6'2", 6'3".
Who's my guy? Is it Vestergaard?
Like they've always
I
been,
think it was short.
huh?
I think it wasn't that tall. He played a lot of outside back for them.
Yeah, but they played outside backs. If they don't have a tall defender. They always have one tall in the middle, and then the two outside defenders the outside center backs can be short.
But
Not that tall.
I
Timber's
want
not
to.
that tall.
Fair enough. You said Slot earlier, and I just want to show appreciation because Slot has finally figured out our midfield, and I think he's comfortable. He's fully comfortable with the midfield rotation now. Um, I think he knows when he needs to
Even
rotate.
Endo.
Say that again.
Even Endo.
Even Endo, even Endo, to where the
That's
point
saying
where,
something.
yeah, he's found a use for everyone, and he's found a role for everyone, to where Endo may not play a lot of minutes, but Endo will rack up appearances in the second half of the season, just taking minutes off other people's legs and closing up shop. Um, I think Curtis, the fact that he can play all three roles, well, the two roles really, because Gravenberch doesn't get rotated, I think that's huge. He will continue
That
to play.
I still don't think you have somebody who can play Gravenberch's role. I'm not gonna be on. I'm gonna be
We don't. I think I'm
like
not
you.
sure we'll
Like
get someone this
that's
season.
gonna be that's the one where he stays healthy, you win the league. If he doesn't,
Yeah,
that's where it could all fall apart. Like that's
it could.
the only thing I'm telling you. Like that's the only one. Like I'm telling. Like I could see Van Dyke going down. Be honest. I could see Van Dyke going down. I'm gonna be honest here. And you would manage better than if Gravenberch went down.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Like if Gravenberch goes down, bro, the
I don't know.
athleticism ceiling of your defense, your midfield just fucking plummets. It plummets. Ground
'Cause then
cover.
you're asking Szoboszlai to carry us athletically again.
Yeah. I
And that's
mean,
tough.
but he covers you athletically this way, like from
Vertically, but
the
not
first
not
third of the
critically.
pitch, really.
Yeah.
Like he covers you athletically the first third.
Yeah.
Gravenberch covers you the final third.
Yeah, I know. So it would be a
So
sweet.
and I mean, even without Konate, and I hear you with the Van Dyke thing. Van Dyke's a tough one, obviously, but I just think Gravenberch the the hole that it leaves is just so much bigger, in my opinion.
I don't want to figure out, but I feel like McAllister would just be put in there and they put Curtis next to him. And they would try to make do. Also,
I just think that you would be, if you did make do that way, I don't know if you guys attack as much. If you see what I'm saying, I feel like you play more of a flat three midfield, and have
I get what you're saying because we
Curtis
can't
cover
progress the ball.
Curtis and
Can't progress
Szoboszlai
the
be
ball
more
the same
athletic
way.
on each side, and then have McAllister more as the dictator that Gravenberch also is. So like, it's crazy that we're talking about Gravenberch in this manner, to be honest. After the few years that he's had,
Yeah.
but kudos to the guy, bro. Big up to the guy, man. He had all the talent in the world, and it looked like it wasn't going anywhere. And for him to have this kind of year, kudos to the guy, man. Big up to him, man. He's doing great things right
I'm
now.
not done talking about my midfield, man, because Harvey Elliott is back. And I keep saying this, the competition brings performances up. And so Szoboszlai has been playing well because he did get dropped for Curtis Jones. And now what do you know? Szoboszlai has had a month of great performances. So now Harvey Elliott is back. So Harvey Elliott will be providing competition for those midfield spots. because I'm not sure Harvey Elliott is going to get right wing minutes. I know he's been playing there, but I think that's an emergency thing.
See, I'm actually kind of mad at you, bro.
Why?
Because I was just thinking about your fucking who you could play at striker and who I could play at striker, and I'm actually kind of pissed. I'm just pissed.
Well,
Like, I don't know.
yeah. Well, one of my strikers is about to get sold, so
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I don't, I don't know. It's not too much concern to me.
I heard
If it
AC
is true,
Milan today. Was
yeah.
that the rumor?
So AC Milan apparently put in a bid in that we rejected, right? But
For
then
how much?
today
Did they say some numbers?
it's like 40, 40.
Yeah,
And
because
then
that you want to know why 40's not enough. It's probably not enough to fucking buy out the rest of the contract.
yeah, it's got to be 60.
Let's look at that real quick. Let's
But
look
yeah,
at that.
so
Let's do some numbers real quick. Let's do some numbers.
look it up. I'll just keep talking. But apparently he liked a post that had him in an AC Milan edit. And
Can you
so
say that one more time, boss?
he liked a post of him in an AC Milan edit. So all the Nunes haters were just ready.
Oh, they went red.
So they were ready. They were ready. Get him out of the club. He doesn't even want to be here. Blah blah blah. So doesn't look good, and his performances. I wouldn't even say his performances. His goals, his output just isn't matching up to what we need.
It's a 4-year contract, actually. So you guys actually might be close to that number at this point.
But Edwards is going to want to make a profit at this point.
He's not going to make a profit at 40
Not
million.
a profit on the transfer, but like he's going to want to make more than what.
Yeah. On what he's made on what's left on the contract is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick math with this. So it was a 4-year deal. It was 80 million, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we split that up.
Wait, no, it might have been like 85 mil. I forget which
that's what I'm guessing.
It was higher. Do 85 because it was 85/100. So
yeah, well, I think it was 85. So it was a 4-year deal. That's okay. 85 divided by 4. 21 a year.
Or 21.5.
2 years in, right? This would be his second year.
This is his second full year.
This is his second full year.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just sub one. Let's just sub one of
43.
it. Huh?
43 mil left.
If you sub 2, if you got 2 left, right?
Yeah.
But he also has a contract that's at 140 a year. Oh, 140 a week. He's making 29 million a year, or for 4 years. So let's divide that by 4.
That is 7.7
and a
quarter
a year, and then multiply that by 2. It's 14.5. So what was the other number plus the 41?
Plus the 40. Let's say 43.
So
you need 60.
There has to be. I mean, 55 is like the total cost number, but that doesn't include how much because the difference in how much the number is left. So he's on 140 a week right now, right? So if Milan gave him 100 a week, you would have to still pay that extra 40 for that remaining 2 years. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just total cost numbers. So it's probably closer to like 44, 45 is what you actually owe left on the guy.
Yeah. So 60.
Yeah.
It's
going to take 50. It's going to take 60. It's going to take 55, 60 to get him. And I don't think anybody in Europe is paying that.
If this was Football Manager, I would do it to Johnny for Darwin's swap. and
A
just put
who?
whatever cat to Reinders. Give us Reinders and put some cash in there somehow. Call it a day.
They just got Reinders just signed a contract, my guy.
I know. I know it would never happen, but I said football manager. But yeah, so Harvey Elliott's coming back. I think Darwin's done. So I I I'm still a fan of you, my boy, but it's just not working out. And I don't like unless you get a touch tomorrow and you score a hat trick against Man U, like I don't like they don't love you like I do. No Diddy. And so you might be out.
Yeah, I mean,
And the thing is, Luis Diaz is playing so well. He's forced his way to be starting with Gakpo. And so he may not be the long-term striker, but I think Slot is going to try and maximize the relationships that we have. And if he buys another striker, it will be someone that kind of like your Jackson scenario, it'll be someone that is more of a counterfold to those players, but also able to link up well. So almost the antithesis of Darwin.
just like when I'm right and when I'm right in the summer, just let me know. All right, let me know when them links start to come up. It's all.
For who?
It's gonna be
Who's
him.
buying? No, we're not
It's
buying.
gonna be Jimenez. You're gonna have Jimenez next year. He won't be your starter, but it's gonna end up being Jimenez. I know the way that you're fucking. I know the way that your ownership group work moves. They ain't gonna spend no fucking more money on a striker, especially if somebody else is already doing well and you guys win the league. They ain't spending no motherfucking money. I know how they move. So like realistically, I seen some links for Marcus Thuram. Marcus Thuram's like 80 million. They're gonna fucking want for Marcus Thuram. You'll end up with him.
We're not getting Toronto, bro. We're not
I know that, but that's the link that I saw earlier.
No, bro, you got to look at who we usually negotiate with.
Huh?
Look at the teams we usually negotiate with. We'll either go to Brighton, we'll go to Germany, or we're gonna look within. We're not doing this like we don't usually buy from Italy because it hasn't worked. The last two Italian buys have been
So you're saying Marmouche,
like I don't
fucking Jao Pedro.
if you know Michael Edwards, he does not like letting rivals get his targets. That's why we got Diaz. Do you remember that? That's why we got Gakpo. Hell, that's why we bought Nunes.
I don't think Edwards was around for Gakpo.
It's even if it's not Edwards, it's kind of our thing with our transfer proceedings, whereas that we would run to get ahead. So like the fact that I see Marmouche links with Arsenal.
Really, you seen him as that link?
I've seen. I won't say I've seen links.
I haven't seen no links from
Arsenal people have been hyping up Marmouche this week. So I'm assuming
gonna be so honest with you, bro.
They've been saying Egyptian prince.
I'm gonna be so honest with you, bro. No one getting Marmouche because they're gonna do the same thing that they did with Kolomwani. No one getting Marmouche.
You think they're gonna say
I will
or nothing?
promise you. I will promise you, bro. Not a single soul is gonna get Marmouche. Not one. Not that. Arsenal can dream. They all can dream. And you guys, no one's getting them. They'll outprice you. And Frankfurt will outprice you. I'm being serious. Unless you have a better chance than Arsenal. I'll give you.
I know we do, and
I'll give you that.
So I was
because
listening
you do
to
have
Jamie.
The one thing that I do think, if Salah signs a contract, I think that you would have a better chance than Arsenal. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
But,
That's
so
like because Marmouche is going to want to play right wing. Like you guys think he's going to play striker. He's going to want to play right wing. He's going to want to play some right wing. He's going to want to play some left wing. He's going to want to play any.
He can
start.
But
at Arsenal, he can only play at left wing for them.
Only. But he can play across our front line, and he has the right wing spot.
That's why I said. That's why I said I think that you have a better chance than
Jamie Phillips on his show. He had K-Mac and another.
Jay, I'm not asking for any wingers. So we need a fucking striker.
Yeah, you do.
So,
but apparently Edwards doesn't.
Striker and center back.
Hughes and Edwards don't need approval from FSG for any signing under 107 mil. So my thing is, if they sell Darwin and they feel like we need to buy a striker that's going to be healthy, and he needs to buy his striker, I don't think the cost would be such an issue,
Yeah, but
especially if
you're
we're
also.
not.
But here's the thing, right? Every player that you just talked about is going to play. Every player that you just spoke on is going to play the same style of striker as Jota, the same style of striker as Diaz. It's not going to give you anything different. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of counters what you're asking. What you were asking for earlier.
No, but Marmoush plays differently than Jota, and Diaz
not as much. Not as much as you think. He uses his pace better, but it's not the link up is similar. The movement is pretty similar. He uses
the same link up.
He's Jota from fucking 4 years ago before all his hamstrings got torn up.
Jota was never as fast
with a more pace. He had all the pace and everything.
No, but Jota never had that pace. But but even so, if Jota can't stay healthy, we need to replace Jota too.
No, you're right. You're right.
So maybe the original statement I made was incorrect, but I think that we want someone that has pace that can stretch the back line from deeper positions, similar to Nico Jackson can, but has the same abilities as Diaz and Jota in connecting with our wingers.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because Jota is good, but Jota.
So what do you think happens in this January? Obviously, Slot wasn't back. But obviously, something's going to happen for you guys in January. You're going to get something.
I don't know. I don't.
They're going to have to please the fan base in one way or another with Trent, with this whole Trent.
That's the thing. I'm not sure we make a move unless we know Trent's leaving early in the window.
Bro, I'm telling you.
I'm not saying he doesn't leave. I'm just saying, when do we know?
I'm going to be honest, man. When Madrid puts out these types of shit, puts out these types of articles, start looking for new people, bro.
Bro, but that's not necessarily the case, bro. If this is the thing,
bro, stop with this hopium shit. I'm just gonna be honest. Stop with this hopium shit.
Please do not. Please.
Really?
You don't even know the energy I'm having.
I get it.
You don't know the energy I have on the situation. You don't know the energy I have in the situation. So how are you going to stop the hopium shit? He can leave, bro. He can leave. I don't give a fuck. He can leave. Right? The thing is that they wouldn't be putting in multiple bids unless they were trying to understand the situation better. It's not that he doesn't want to go. It's that Trent doesn't want to look like a dickhead. That's the thing. Trent is trying to save his legacy and career. Trent wants his money, and he's going to get it either way. So either Liverpool pays an unrealistic amount of money for a right back, but he gets a signing fee that makes him want to stay.
I think you're missing my point, though.
No, but I think he's leaving. That's my point. I think he's leaving. Right. But the thing is that Real Madrid doesn't understand the situation fully on Liverpool's side. So that's why they put in 2 bids. All of the Real Madrid press stuff is to try and pressure a situation where either Liverpool just give up trying to give him a contract and give him to him for cheap, the stupid 25 million bid, the 20 million bid we saw, or are they just going to risk letting him leave for free without any stress?
Yeah,
Madrid is completely fine with waiting until the summer to get it for free.
You put the situation pretty much to the T, right? Like they're pushing the button to try to get you to make the move early, so and they'll give you some money to do so, or you get nothing, and then Trent gets the money in the end. Actually, Trent will end up getting paid because that's what they did with Mbappe. Yeah, they were like, PSG, you don't want this 120 million? Oh, that's all right. We'll just give 60 to Mbappe. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, that's what happened. It's fucking exactly what happened.
Yeah, and so apparently Trent's brother is banned from the stadium for selling tickets. It's his agent, and he wants to get paid. Like I understand it. I understand.
I mean, I get the whole situation. I don't think you're not moving anywhere, right? Like this whole thing's not moving. Like you guys aren't moving. You're gonna lose them for free next year, and that's what it is. Like I'm sure they're just gonna wait do some more fucking scouting for the rest of this year, and then find somebody who can compete with Bradley next year. And that's it.
But but it's the whole thing is that Trent wants to be able to leave without his legacy being tarnished.
That shit ain't happening.
Exactly. But that's why we're in the situation we're in.
Either way, it's not happening, no matter what, and that's not even his fault.
It's not. It's down to FSG 2 years ago.
No, it's not his fault that his legacy is tarnished in Liverpool. It's really not, but that's what's going to happen.
100%. 100%. I agree with you fully. I think, like I said this last show, I've said it before. Trent did not expect us to be this good, and FSG did not expect Salah and Van Dijk to be this good. And the three of them didn't know what was going to happen with the manager. So Trent was like, cool, I'm going to Real Madrid. And then Liverpool thought they could just pay Trent to stay and have Salah and Van Dijk fuck off. And none of that is the case because we're dependent on Salah and Van Dijk. And Trent wants to go and get more money.
And this is a dangerous project, though, what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
It is dangerous things you guys are working with right now. So dangerous. Because you got a title right there, bro. It's like there. Yep. It's right there.
Yo, shout out to my dad. If we do things well, we could win back to back.
I mean, see, you could, but the problem is of the age of those two players, right? You don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so like with those two players, it doesn't look like they're slowing down. But like this, it could stop. Like it don't take much. One more injury for both these dudes, it could be a long day for you guys at the ages they are. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that you back to back ain't possible. But if you guys smart, all you takes is another 20 to 30 million. You get two players in those two spots, in the Gravenberch spot, in the backup to fucking Konate. You get a backup to Konate. You get this year though. You got to do it this summer.
This summer, yeah.
Unless you sell Darwin. This is beyond selling Darwin.
Darwin's gone.
Go and you get
Darwin's gone, bro.
20 million at center back, 20 million at fucking at midfield, 30 million, whatever it is, right? But you get somebody that's more athletic and a better passer, and for the CDM than Endo, and then you get go find the next 20-year-old that's up and coming. There's a guy from fucking Uzbekistan that City just got linked to. 20 years old.
Hey, Bajcetic is running his legs off at Salzburg in whatever system he's in because Lenders got fired. But if we don't buy a defensive mid in January, just run Bajcetic as the backup, bro. Sell Endo and run Bajcetic. He'll have the game time.
I don't know if you'll be able to sell Endo, but you might be able to get a good loan in Germany.
Regardless,
with an obligation.
If Bajcetic is viable and can start improving in the side, he has game time now. I haven't given up on him. He was set on loan for a reason. He wasn't sold.
Hey, I mean, we're right there with you. I mean, we have midfielders that are on loan that we feel like we probably could be able to use them with.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Georgie in the chat somewhere. I don't know if he's still in here, but like I said, KDH got to go back to Leicester and live his life. And we need to fucking recall one of the two guys. But I mean, there are some center backs you can get. There are center backs out there you can get. And if there's one guy that I know who's good at scouting, getting the guys that he needs to get, it's fucking Edwards. His hit rate is pretty damn good. His hit rate is pretty damn good, I must say.
You made a good point where we need to do something because right now Hughes looks like a fool. Everyone's clowning Hughes right now. Everyone said Hughes, shit his pants when he got the call from Florentino Perez. So like he needs to do something soon. He needs to do something soon. And the fact that Edwards is running the club, like I would expect that whatever signings we do make, barring the Chiesa joke of a signing, it needs to be effective, it needs to be good, and it doesn't need to wow us, but it also needs to fit the model that we've seen in the past
Yeah,
of
that
the
Chiesa one,
Manes.
weird one though.
I think Hughes tried to be opportunistic, and it
Yeah,
backfired.
but
And it just backfired.
opportunistic with a guy with an injury history of that length in a physical league like ours, that's not smart, bro.
But even like,
Opportunistic is Jaden Sancho for 25 million. That's opportunistic.
that you act like they were going to negotiate with us, and you think we wanted to take that contract on. I
I'm
feel
not
like
telling. Well, the contract. What contract are we taking on? Do you think we're taking on?
no, you're only taking on 100K of it, but Man United wasn't going to be dumb enough to negotiate with us. But the contract Man U gave you was stupid. Let's not like Man U disrespected you in that contract. They wouldn't do that with us.
They disrespected us. No,
Yes,
I'm not
they
saying
disrespected
Jaden Sancho itself. What you would have got. I'm talking the opportunity itself.
I get it, yeah.
I mean, I
But it
see
hasn't
trying
backfired.
to do that with a player of Chiesa, the same kind of idea, but it's a player that's extremely injury prone to a player that's not getting his opportunities. For
I mean, you're
instance,
100% right.
right? For instance, Donyal Malen going to Villa, opportunistic signing. He's not playing a ton at Villa at Dortmund. Bino Gittins starts over him. Duranville starts over him. They just keep
I know
spawning
Gittins,
these fucking young wingers. So
Damon
like
Gittins, bro.
that
That's
Villa's gonna
really
go pick
nice.
him up for 15 million.
But Villa, but we I think did we talk
It's
about
an
this? But Villa
opportunist. That's an
signed.
opportunistic signing. That's a great signing for them.
Yeah, because they need a winger.
I'm not saying, but you've never needed a winger in the first place.
We need a backup.
To who?
Salah. But this is the thing. We don't
You've been
need
saying
a
this for
winger.
fucking 4 years, and you never needed a fucking
Exactly.
backup to win.
Because at some point, like you just said, at some point he's going to drop off. We don't know when, but at some point, and we can't wait until the drop off to buy the player.
That's the least level of. That's like the least the area that you're least should be least worried about.
Okay, but fair enough. Then that's good enough that we
Between Elliott, Diaz playing over there, the way that Gakpo's playing on the left hand side, like.
But he didn't. You gotta remember. So going into the window, ending the window, he hadn't tried Diaz on the right enough, and he had decided that Elliott wasn't going to play on the wing. He was
Diaz
playing
played right wing for Porto.
No, but he wasn't. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he wasn't playing Diaz on the right for us.
Like,
we hadn't seen
where you bought him from,
bro.
Like it's not like he had to try it, bro. He played right wing for Porto, bro.
But I don't think at the time Diaz was being seen as a possible right wing option. Because remember, Diaz was with the South American contingent that came in late. So he got to work with Gakpo. Right? He got to work with Elliot Carvalho.
I think there's a player out in Villarreal right now.
Who?
I swear to God, Villarreal spawned Nico Jacksons.
Wait, who's this guy? You talking not Chukwueze?
No, this guy's name is Barry. Thierry Barry.
Oh.
Okay.
I've heard about it.
Bro, he's on a hell of a streak right now. He's on like a great purple patch. This is like prime Villarreal movement. A guy goes hot for fucking 4 games, 5 games, 6 games straight. For Nico, it was 10. He went 11 and 10 in a row. Scored 10 and 11, or he had 11 and 10. That's what it was. This guy is on the same streak. He plays exactly like him. French guy. He plays exactly like him, bro. Like inside forward striker, links up play well. His strike is just meaty looking, like weird looking, like it doesn't come off the right way. That's probably why he wasn't scouted to like the higher places. But Nico Jackson's fun. They've been spawning these dudes. I'm telling you, they just find the next guy that's in France that's scoring goals, that's tall, lanky, and can dribble, and then be like, "Here you go, you're playing striker, kid."
Yeah.
But yeah, yep.
About that time.
So on that note, we'll end it here. We've gone for like an hour 20.
Yeah,
Chelsea, if you don't get me a fucking striker, like it's the only thing I ask of you is get me a striker in this January window. Not if you sell Disasi and you get another fucking center back, cool. The whole goalkeeper situation ain't changing this summer or this January. That shit ain't changing. But at striker, we could use somebody. Plain and simple.
Who do you play this weekend?
Palace.
Prediction. I gotta get it out. We gotta get this out.
I think we bounce back with the week rest that we had. I think we bounce back. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 2-1. 2 or 3-1. I think we can start to get back to our goal scoring ways again.
How many days rest are you on?
5 now. I think it'll be 5 or 6.
Okay. So win that 2-1. We play United. I just want to say that I do have trauma from the 4-3 because this is the same energy I had going into that one.
Oh, something important came up.
And so it'll be, I think, Slot's petty, and Imran was linked with the job before Slot got it. So I think he's going to make a point. So I think 4-1. Maybe 4-0.
There's not a man in football that I feel more bad for than Ruben Hammer, and I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, I do kind of feel bad, but not this weekend.
I don't feel bad for United. I feel bad for Ruben Hammer. Let me make that very clear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not him, not United. I could give a fuck what happens to United. I hope they get relegated for all I give a shit. But what they did to this man,
bro, they are like when you really think about it, yeah, bro,
it's fucked.
But to be fair,
could you imagine, bro? Let me just. There's something that I have to get off my chest. If I worked at an office, me, okay, I worked at an office, okay, and the roof started leaking, I'd leave. I would never come back to that place. I'd leave, bro. I don't care how much you pay me. I find somebody else will pay me that money. I leave, bro. I'd leave. I saw that shit, and it was at my office where I work. I just work on a computer every day, and I saw that shit. I'm out, bro. I'm out. If they can't even take care of that part of it, how are they gonna help you be successful?
Yeah, I don't get that either. You're spending money on transfers and you can't fix your fucking walls and ceilings. But the thing is, I'm thankful because this is why we didn't sign Amarin. Is because do I think it would be this bad? No, but this crazy abrasive period, these players trying to do these tactics. There would have been players at Liverpool that struggled just as badly.
Yeah, it wouldn't have fit your team. Anyways, we leave you with Kobe. As always, have a great night. We'll see you next week.
How much more do you want from me?
More.
How much more successful do you want me to be?
More successful.
How many records can my records break?
More records.
But I'm the best.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.
What the is he talking about?